The Lantern Orchard. You come up the soft dirt lane in the last blue light of the evening, and under the low boughs of the old orchard, and as you go the daylight fails behind you and the trees ahead of you begin, one by one, to glow. It is not a sudden thing. It comes on the way lamps come on in far-off windows, so gently that you cannot say the moment it began, only that the orchard, which was gray and dim a little while ago, is now hung all through with soft, warm light. Hundreds of small paper lanterns swaying in the branches, gold and amber and honey-colored, each one lit and breathing quietly in the still evening air, so that the whole wide orchard lies under a low, warm sky of its own making, a sky of small suns cupped in paper, burning low and easy in the dark. All the long day you cross the loud, bright, ordinary world, its business and its noise and its hurry, but the day is behind you now, and the lane has carried you gently up out of it. And here under the first lit trees there is nothing left to do, and nowhere left to be but here, in the warm, still dusk, where a place has been kept for you, and the lamps are already lit, and someone quiet is walking the rows, waiting to carry you in. You have come to the Lantern Orchard for the long night's rest, and there is no gentler place in all the wide, soft world. Deep among the trees, where the rows grow close and the boughs bend low and heavy, there is a small warm loft built up among the branches, with a lit lamp in its little window and a low stove burning and a soft bed turned down and waiting, and to reach it you have only to walk, slow and easy, up between the glowing rows, following the lanterns and the one who lights them, an old keeper who has walked these trees 1,000 still nights and never once hurried and never once lost the way. And all around, as you go, the orchard will light your path, the paper lanterns glowing gold in every tree, the little drifting sparks of fireflies rising and falling among the leaves, the soft, heavy fruit hanging dark and ripe above you, and the whole enormous orchard lying so still and so quiet that the light itself seems to hum, low and warm, a sound below all sound, the sound the orchard makes as it settles for the night. Word came up ahead of you along the rows, passed from tree to tree and from leaf to leaf and from one small flame to the next. Someone is coming up the lane in the dusk, light the last of the lanterns, warm the stove, ready the bed. So here you are, at the orchard's edge, and deep among the trees the little loft lamp shines, and someone is walking the rows to meet you and carry you home to it. You come to the end of the lane where it softens and spreads into the grass, and the last few steps are cool and quiet under your feet, and there before you stands the old wooden gate of the orchard, thrown open wide, and a single great lantern hung above it, round and gold as a low harvest moon. You pass under it, and the moment you are through, the noise of the world outside, such as it was, the far dogs and the far roads and the long day still ringing faintly in your ears, goes quiet, quiet, quieter, until there is nothing left of it at all. And you are standing in the deep, warm hush of the orchard with the lantern light falling soft across your face. The air here is warm and sweet, warm with the day's stored sun still rising up out of the earth, sweet with ripe fruit and cut grass, and the clean paper and candle smell of the lanterns, and you breathe it in, slow, all the way down. And something in your chest that had been held tight all the long day lets go, quietly, and eases, and comes to rest. There is no hurry here. There is nowhere else to be. The gate stands open behind you, and the warm rows stretch away before you, and every lantern in every tree is lit and waiting, and you have all the long soft night ahead of you, and nothing in it you must do. Down the nearest row, unhurried, a small light is coming toward you, swaying gently with a slow and even step, and as it comes near you see that it is the keeper of the orchard, an old and gentle soul in a soft worn coat, with a long slim taper in one hand and a hooded lantern in the other, going tree to tree and lighting the last few lamps that the dusk had not yet caught. The keeper sees you at the gate and lifts the lantern in a slow, warm greeting, no words needed, only the small kind tilt of the light, as much as to say, "There you are, we have been expecting you, come in, all is ready." And you go to meet the keeper down the glowing row, and the taper touches one more lantern as you pass, and it catches and blooms into soft gold flame, and the two of you stand a moment beneath it in the warm falling light. The keeper's face is lined and easy, worn kind by a long life of quiet nights, and the eyes are calm as still water, and you feel, standing there, the way you felt as a child when someone older and gentler than you took the whole heavy weight of the evening out of your hands and carried it away, and told you that it was time now, only time to rest. "Come," the keeper seems to say, turning to walk the rows, and lifts the lantern to light the way, and you fall into step alongside, slow and easy, up into the heart of the orchard. So you walk the rows together in the warm and living dark. The path underfoot is soft and worn smooth, cool grass and old fallen leaves, and here and there a windfall fruit gone soft, and the boughs bend low and close above you, heavy with leaf and heavy with fruit, so that you go as if down the aisle of some vast green cathedral roofed all over with lanterns. On every side the small paper lamps hang and sway and glow, gold and amber in the trees, near ones bright and clear and far ones dimming softly away into the deep dark rows beyond, hundreds of them, more than you could ever count. Each one a small warm world of light cupped in the leaves, and the light of them falls down through the branches in soft moving bars and pools, gold on the grass, gold on the low fruit, gold on the keeper's slow shoulders ahead of you. And it is so quiet. Only the small, even sound of your own 2 steps and the keeper's on the soft ground, only the faint dry whisper of the leaves stirring, only, somewhere off among the trees, the low sleepy churr of a single night bird settling deeper into its roost. You feel your breath going slower to match the slow, warm pace of it, in through the sweet, still air and out again, in and out, each breath a little longer than the one before, each step a little softer, as the rows carry you gently in and the lanterns light you on. Among the branches, as you go, the little lights begin to drift and rise. At first you think it is only the lantern swaying, but then you see that these lights move on their own, small and green gold and weightless, floating up out of the tall grass and out of the low leaves and hanging in the still air among the trees, the fireflies of the orchard. Come out into the warm dusk in their slow hundreds, drifting up and dimming, kindling and rising, threading their small green fires in and out among the paper gold of the lanterns. They do not hurry. Nothing here hurries. They lift and fall on the still air as slow as sparks off a low fire, blinking soft and going dark and kindling again somewhere further off, so that the whole warm space beneath the trees is full of gentle drifting lights. The steady gold of the lanterns above and the soft green wandering of the fireflies below, and you walk on through the middle of it with the light moving all around you, over you, past you, and it asks nothing of you at all. You need only watch it drift. You need only breathe and walk and let the small lights rise. And you feel your eyes grow heavy and warm with the watching of them, the way they grow heavy over a low fire late at night, the lids sinking and lifting and sinking again, slower each time, as the fireflies drift and the lanterns burn and the keeper walks on ahead, lighting the way. Halfway up the great long rows there is a small warm hut set in under an old and spreading tree, its door thrown open and a low lamp burning inside, and the keeper turns in there, and you follow, ducking under the lintel into a snug little room that smells of apples and wood smoke and warm spice. There is a small iron stove in the corner with a low fire going and a black kettle steaming softly upon it, and there are baskets of fruit heaped up along the walls, and long strings of drying herbs hung from the beams, and a worn soft chair drawn up close to the warmth with a folded blanket laid over its arm, waiting, it seems, for you. The keeper sets you down in the chair and draws the blanket over your knees, warm and heavy and smelling faintly of cedar, and then takes the kettle from the stove and pours out a cup of something warm and golden and pale, spiced cider gone soft with honey, and folds your 2 hands around the cup. And you sit there in the low lamplight with the warm cup held in your hands, and the warm blanket on your knees, and the low fire ticking in the stove, and you drink, slow, small warm mouthfuls of sweet spiced gold, and the warmth of it goes down into you and spreads out slow through your chest and your arms and your tired legs, loosening everything it touches, until you are warm all the way through, warm and heavy and softening down into the chair like a stone sinking slow into still water. The keeper sits across from you in the lamplight, quiet, not needing to speak, and outside the open door the lanterns glow on down the long rows, and the fireflies drift, and the great orchard breathes its warm, sweet night around the little lit hut, and there is nowhere in all the world you would rather be, and nothing at all you need to do, but sit and be warm and let your eyes fall closed and open and closed. When the cup is empty and set aside, the keeper rises and holds out the lantern, and you rise too, slow and warm and heavy-limbed, the blanket still about your shoulders now, and you go back out into the glowing rows, up the last soft length of the orchard toward the deep heart of it where the oldest and tallest trees stand. Here the boughs are broadest and the fruit hangs lowest, great soft heavy globes of it, dark and ripe, drooping the branches down till they nearly brush your hair, and the smell of it is everywhere, warm and sweet and drowsy, the whole air thick and gold with it. Here and there a ripe fruitlets go and falls, soft, into the deep grass with a small dull sound, a windfall gathered by the dark, and the keeper stoops now and again to lift one and lay it gently in the basket carried on one arm, unhurried, gleaning the night's soft harvest as you walk. And you go slow beneath the low heavy boughs with the lanterns burning gold in the leaves above, and the fireflies drifting green in the grass below, and the ripe fruit hanging all around you in the warm, still dark, and the path is soft, and your steps are slow. And your eyes are half closed now, and still the way is lit, and still the keeper walks beside you, and still there is nowhere to be but here, and nothing to do but come, at last, to rest. And there, at the very heart of the orchard, built up among the branches of the greatest tree of all, is the loft. A low warm platform of old smooth wood set up in the broad crook of the boughs, with a little peaked roof over it, and a small square window with a lamp-lit gold behind it, and a wooden ladder let softly down to the grass, its rungs worn smooth by 100 quiet climbings. The keeper steadies the ladder, and you go up, slow, rung by rung, up out of the grass, and in among the leaves and the lanterns, up into the warm-lit loft, and it is snug and small and perfect, roofed close over your head, walled round with soft old wood, hung about with 3 or 4 gold paper lanterns of its own, And there against the far side is the bed, a low, broad bed, heaped deep with quilts and pillows, turned down and waiting, warmed already by a small brick stove that glows in the corner and fills the little space with even, drowsy heat. The single window stands open to the orchard, and through it you can see the long rows falling away below, all their lanterns burning gold into the dark, and the fireflies drifting, and far off the round moon lantern hung above the gate, and the whole warm glowing world of the orchard laid out soft beneath you, and up here, cradled in the boughs, it rocks, very slightly, very slowly, the way a boat rocks at its mooring, the great tree breathing in the night wind and swaying you gently, gently. In your high warm nest of light, you lie down into the bed, and it takes you in. The quilts are deep and soft and heavy and warm, and they settle over you and around you and hold you close, and the pillow is cool and deep beneath your cheek, and the little stove glows in the corner, and the lanterns burn low and gold above you, and the great tree sways you soft in the dark. And onto the foot of the bed, quiet, there climbs the keeper's old orchard dog, a soft, gray, shaggy creature that has walked all the rows with you unseen and now curls itself into a warm, heavy circle against your feet, and it sighs, once long and deep and contented, and lets its breathing slow, and you feel the slow, warm rise and fall of it against your legs, in and out, so steady and so patient and so calm that your own breath cannot help but follow it, slowing, deepening evening, out until you are breathing together, you and the old dog, long and slow and warm, and there is nothing left in all the world but the warmth and the weight of the quilts and the low gold light and the slow sway of the tree and the deep even breathing at your feet. Below, in the glowing rows, the keeper walks the orchard one last time in the deep of the night, lantern in hand, going tree to tree, and one by one, as the hours turn, the small paper lanterns are let gently down to burn out soft and low, their gold dimming slowly to amber, and their amber to a last warm ember glow, so that the orchard sinks by soft degrees into a deeper and a softer dark, the fireflies drifting fewer and slower, the great warm hush growing deeper and wider and more complete. And up in the swaying loft you feel it all going soft and dim and far away, the light fading gold behind your closed and heavy eyes, the warmth wrapped close about you, the old dog breathing slow against your feet, the great tree rocking you gentle in the boughs. And you are sinking now, sinking slow and warm into the deep soft dark like a lantern let down at last to rest, down out of the long day and out of the waking world and down into the warm, still deep of sleep, and the orchard keeps you. And the lanterns burn low, and the keeper walks the rows, and all is warm, and all is well, and there is nothing left to do but sleep, and sleep, and sleep. And still the orchard keeps its soft, slow watch around you. Far off among the darkening rows a single lantern moves, the keeper going gently on, pausing at each tree, reaching up with the long taper's dying glow to ease one more small flame down into sleep, and the light of it drifts and dims and drifts again, further and further away, until it is only a soft gold star wandering slow at the very edge of the dark. And the great tree breathes. You feel it breathe, the slow deep sway of the boughs beneath you and around you, lifting you and lowering you, lifting you and lowering you, the way a tide lifts a small moored boat, so slow, so even, so patient, that there is nothing in it to hold to and nothing in it to fear. Only the long soft rocking of it carrying you down. The quilts are warm. The stove glows low. The old dog breathes at your feet, in and out, and your own breath has gone as slow and as deep as his, and the last of the lanterns are burning down to embers in the trees, and the fireflies have folded their small green lights away one by one into the grass, and the whole vast orchard lies still and warm and dark and kept, and you are held in the heart of it, warm and small and safe, and there is nothing left to do, nothing left to be, nothing left at all but to let go and sink and sleep. Sleep now. The orchard is lit, and the gate is shut, and the loft is warm, and the long night is yours. The lanterns will burn low and gentle till the dawn, and the old dog will breathe slow at your feet, and the great tree will rock you soft in the boughs, and the keeper will walk the quiet rows and keep the night. And nothing will wake you, and nothing will want you, and nowhere else will call, until the pale gray morning comes up soft and slow through the leaves. Rest now. Sink now. The warm gold light is all around you, and the deep soft dark is folding close, and there is nothing left in all the world but the warmth and the weight and the slow sway of the boughs and sleep. Sleep now in the lantern orchard, where the small lamps burn low in the trees and someone gentle keeps the night and rest and rest and rest.